Good evening, everybody.
And right now we got a special guest that's no guest at all.
Look, I am fantastic. I feel fantastic. Yeah.
Welcome. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time of day it is. This is It's About Time TV1. And we have a special show for you tonight. We're touching international grounds here. And only here, It's About Time TV1. Our special guest tonight is the one and only Princess Dr. Moradeun. And she came all the way here from her travels to speak and special guests with us tonight. And without further ado, let me introduce the one and only Princess of Nigeria.
Thank you very much.
How are you today? You've been working at the United Nations. You've been traveling. How are you feeling today?
First, I want to say thank you so much for having me on the show. Really, some incredible things happening right here. It's been a very busy 2 weeks, at the United Nations, working on the Commission on the Status of Women, and actually leading a delegation of 20 women, from all around the world. So it's been very busy, and all of us really working actively towards, the UN Sustainable Development Goals in order to be able to make a better world for our continent.
We definitely appreciate you in the midst of all that, even coming down here. And this, for the women, is empowering women, also the next generations. Can you tell us a little bit more about the initiative and the impacts in which this organization is in the middle of doing?
Yes, thank you so much. I am the founder and CEO of the African Women's Health Project International. And I want to tell you that this year actually makes it 20 years that we've been serving the public. We started the African Women's Health Project International because there was a need that I witnessed, after traveling back to my country in Nigeria. Before that time, I was over here in America. I came over here to go to school in the 80s and in the 90s. So once I recognized that there was a need in order to bring equitable access to healthcare for women and children, because one of the things we saw that time when we started it in the early 2000 was that a lot of women were dying during childbirth. And not only that, but you have a lot of women that, they have multiple children, but they have not actually had any, have not had any screening whatsoever. So one of the things, the first initiative we started was the breast and cervical cancer screening. So we did that for a while, and then we saw that, in order for us to be able to empower women and really bring about an holistic approach, that we needed to do more. So not only just bringing access to healthcare, but making sure that, we need to touch on their finance, make sure that, they're able to feed their children, their families. Then we want to talk about education, because the children that are born into these families, some of them like this, there's always a hardship for them to go to school, or even when they're even in school, to even be able to further it. So we establish scholarships and actually even establish orphanages. Most especially for people that are displaced, especially children, maybe the parents passed away or whatever. So there needs to be somebody that needs to step up to take care of them. So those are the things that we've been doing for the last 20 years. And I want to say we started it just really on focus on local communities, but now it's gone into a global arena whereby we're not only we're working here in the United States, but we're working all across the 54 sub-Saharan African countries, but also too we're in the Gulf region, we're in Dubai, we're in Qatar, we're in the northern Africa, the Middle Eastern region. So we've been doing a lot of the work, and one of the things is a work of collective actions. You know, making sure that we collaborate with the right type of people to be able to bring about the result that you are seeing now.
I mean, the amount of effort and years and people and the dedication, it definitely takes that collaborating effort, because the impact on women's health care, on financials, on anything that can help childbirth and our actual next generation, it needs to be honed in on. And your organization has been doing that locally, and now is actually taking that internationally. And us here just being in New York and feeling like the presence of, when you come to New York, the whole world can feel it. It's like, wow, we feel the presence of what you've been doing. And we definitely applaud and appreciate just those efforts from your organization. How, if anyone wanted to get involved, is there a way that someone can get involved into maybe volunteering or wanting to get hired and maybe contribute if they had a calling to your organization?
Yes, and thank you so much for that. Number one, we do have our website, www.awhpi.org. But further than that, what we're doing now, we're establishing chapters in different areas. Like we have a East Coast America chapter that's actually housed in Philadelphia. And is under the leadership of Dr. Nefertina Serrano and her husband, Dr. Richard Serrano. So they've actually been doing a lot of work, on behalf of our organization. I think when we went into it, after years, we realized that, in order for us to be able to get deep into the grassroots, into the communities, we need to have a community set up in each of the areas. So so we have chapters. We have chapters that and anybody can actually start a chapter. Just connect with us, and just even by maybe following us on Instagram and letting know that they want to create a chapter, and then we can actually do that.
Wow.
Each year in October, we do this annual global walk. We call it for breast cancer. And when I say global walk, it's not necessarily walk per se, but it's a global awareness and a raising awareness, on the need for women to get screening for breast cancer. So we do it virtually, and we do physical. So each chapter will put on like a walk within their communities, and then we actually have our virtual one whereby we create cards for the women, with their pictures on it that says, I'm stand, not only just for the women, but men also. Because we know that the work that we're planning on doing is going to take a collective action of both, actively participating. Because, when we talk about women empowerment, we're not talking about the absence of men. We're talking about the inclusion, making sure that, everybody is brought up on board and move us forward.
Wow, that's amazing that you said that. And then speaking on behalf of men, I had the pleasure and privilege, I would say, that when I was in college, Delaware State University, I was president of an organization called the Gentlemen's Club, and it stemmed from the DC Coalition of Men Can Stop Rape, and it was for men speaking up on behalf of women and actually being a leading factor in stopping things like sexual assault and any type of miscommunication and form of negativity toward men and women, and showing the responsibility that men actually have.
Yes.
Man, so it's just, so to hear you say that and to hear that men actually can stand next to you and next to your organization and be a part of that, that gives a lot of men who actually wants to make a difference and has a calling to make a difference to still be able to get involved as well.
Yes, yes. And one thing that we found out is the fact that men are actually the biggest champion of women. And, you know, whether they realize it or not, because when you look at it, you know, even as a man, you know, just show me any strong man, show me any powerful man, you know that the women are the ones, I mean,
The backbone.
the backbones. And so they recognize, and those they recognize, you know, the powers that those women bring into the equation. So they are always championing. So now what we want to do is create a platform whereby men can do it with boldness and with cheering us on. And that's the whole idea, to be able to make sure that everybody is included, because it's going to take all of us collectively with in consciousness to actually bring about the change that we're talking about. At the United Nations, we talk a lot about gender equality, and we're trying to move the needles, especially when we have to 2030. There's still a lot of stuff that still needs to be done. So it's not something that women are going to do by themselves. It's going to be something that all of us are going to be participants in. And so we believe very strongly in that, and so we stand shoulder to shoulder, yes, to foster this.
Unity, unison, especially at the United Nations. It makes sense that to take it on a global scale, that men and women are standing united, as well as different races, different cultures, different backgrounds. Man. So we know you are working closely at the United Nations, and you recently got elected a new position with the UN. Are you able to talk about that a little bit, or?
At the UN, one of the things that our organization, because we've been working, we've been doing our work, grassroots and all, for all these years. So we, our organization just got the ECOSOC status. We got the ECOSOC status in order to be able to further on the agenda, the Agenda 2030. So we've been working very actively on that. But also, too, more importantly, within the organization, we believe that women are agents of peace. They can literally bring about, foster peace, peace discussions, peace dialogues, and what have you. I mean, we need to have more women at the table, and we'll get a lot of things more done. Not that men are not doing it.
No, I understand.
And that's one of the reasons why we create the platform for Ambassador for Peace. So we have new representatives that are really fostering that message, especially now with all the conflicts going on in the world, because one of the things we realize is that, when COVID happened, that's when you really see the strength of the woman. And, I mean, it's been working forever. I mean, it's been like that forever, but you actually came into space. So we're very excited, with the work that we're doing at the United Nations, and with the delegations we brought in. We had both men and women, and everybody is so passionate and so eager to really make sure that we put in the work that's needed. And also, too, we want to make sure that we include the youth, because the children, of course, they are our future, and they are the one that we, whatever it is that we're doing now, they are the one that's going to take over to make sure that, the message keeps on going. So if we don't properly ready the youth, if we don't properly develop the youth, if we don't properly do all it takes within us to make sure that the youths that we're going to be living this future for, that they will have a future. So we need to, that is something that we need to do that. And one of the things I wanted to mention is that I do a lot of work in the UAE, in the Middle East region. And one thing that I saw in the UAE that really blows my mind is the fact that they put so much resources behind the youth, behind developing the young minds.
Yeah, they see their potential.
Oh my God. Yeah. And that is the reason why you will see them keep on having the great results they are having, is because they're doing what they need to do, especially with the young people now. So I saw that, and I'm like, okay, I want that. Anywhere I go, I'm going to make sure that, that's a message I want to bring, because, if we properly, if we put the resources that behind our youth, especially when we go into the inner cities, we go into the neighborhoods, we need to make sure that, they are properly equipped. We need to make sure that the libraries, are properly stocked with the right information that's going to move them forward. So, there's a lot of work that we need to do, and I'm glad that we're having this discussion.
I agree with you. I mean, the next generation, to feed them and to empower them, and is going to be impactful in our society. That I wanted to ask, is that what inspired your book here? I know we have books and a lot of props here on the table, but to segue into the Achiever's Power, what inspired you to write this book? Was it for the next generation, for the children? Was it something that you just personally felt was your calling?
Yes, since I fell in love with reading, since I was in the 5th grade. It's like it was like a light got turned on the inside, and I'm like that till today. So I have to have something to read. So I fell in love with reading, and one of the things I found out is that the readings that I was doing then, the places, I was reading so much, and the places I was visiting in the books, I'm literally walking in those places right now.
Wow.
So what reading does is it prepares you. It prepares you for the future, not only that, but it actually enlarges your mindset, whereby you know that the sky is the beginning. So the book, when I was getting ready, usually you have a milestone type of birthdays that'll come up. You're turning 40, you're turning 50, or whatever. So when I was turning 50, one of the things that I know, I get that look a lot.
Don't crack. That's all I'm gonna say.
Like,
sorry to say it like that.
So when I was turning 50, they were asking me, "Oh, you want to do a party?" Because that's a milestone. And I said, "No." I said, "What I want to do is I want to put, 50 golden nuggets into a book, into becoming an unstoppable achiever."
Wow.
And entitle it The Achiever's Power. And I'm telling you, when I started writing the book, it was like, something just unlocked, whereby I was just pouring it down on the book. So the book has 50 chapters, each chapter dedicated to different nuggets. Of course, everything starts with God and ends with God. So it's just, it's your faith. And your faith, it can be whether you're Muslim, you're Christian, whatever, you're making sure that, your spirit, because we're all spiritual beings, and we make sure that we're feeding into it, and we're using it, because, there's guidelines that comes from that. So I wrote the book, and the first 20 chapters, when I wrote it like this, when I gave it to my daughter, she's an attorney in Washington, D.C., and I just gave it to her to go ahead, because, she's like my biggest critic. She's, she's one of those, you can't, you literally have to have done something extraordinary for you. I had to even say yes, as a lawyer. I sent the first 20 books to her, and it just literally, that was when I knew that, okay, I'd made the connection, that because she was literally like, "Mom, I can't believe, I want more. Where's the rest of the chapters?"
Wow.
So when I got that, I sent the book to a few other people, and so, there's a few endorsements inside there, and the book was actually forwarded by Our Excellency Dr. Joyce Banda, who was the one of the first female president from the Republic of Malawi. Wow. So she actually wrote the foreword to the book, and she does a lot of empowerment type of program, huge educational program. So she was able to tap into my message, my vision for this book, and so very, very proud of that. As a matter of fact, we're looking at turning it into like workbooks, and then doing a lot of different subsections on this, because it does have some nuggets.
Some nuggets. The Achiever's Power, 50 golden nuggets to becoming an unstoppable achiever. You can find it on Amazon, and you can look it up and buy it and download it on other places as well. We're going to take this time to do a short break, and tune in. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Hey, Dad, can I help?
I don't think so, buddy. On the count of 3. 1.
Dad, can I help?
Nah, buddy.
Dad?
It's too dangerous.
Dad, can I help?
Thanks for your help today, buddy.
We could tell love your stories, and I yeah, feeling all yours, always. We could tell love your stories, and I yeah, our feelings all yours, always. Back and forth, no love, yeah, and affection. Meant to be up to 5 a.m. Feel me, yeah, I'm talking about feel me.
Welcome back. This is a special edition of It's About Time TV1, and we are so grateful to have you. And we have a special guest, Princess Dr. Moradeun. It's so special that I had to invite my family in on this conversation. We have the legend, his wife. Let's start off with Onitha Gaskins, and her husband, the one and only James Pop Gaskins. How we doing, family?
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Praise God. He's in charge.
Yes, yeah.
Very proud. It's a history.
It's a pleasure to have all y'all here today with the princess, and we know we joined at the United Nations, and,
Yes.
And we know you have a few other initiatives that you're in process of. I wanted you to introduce ClassJet and tell us about that initiative and the impact you plan on making with that.
The ClassJet hero is actually, I'm the official face for it for the continent of Africa, and is an aviation company out of Lithuania. We got a chance to meet them at MRO Africa, and they just really love what we're doing at the African Women's Health Project International, and what we're trying to do for the continent, especially when we're dealing with infrastructure development. So, so what they do, of course, is we do have private jets, but they do a lot of humanitarian liftings. As a matter of fact, very recently, they did a lot of refugee rescues and things like that. So it's an awesome company, and I'm so delighted to partner with them. We partner with them for the continent of Africa so that we can not only do, if we want to fly within the continent, that's the transcontinental type of flights. They can provide that, and they can actually be be a service to companies that's actually operating in some of these countries, but they don't have the fleets, the aircrafts to go with it. So it's really great. It's all of it, of course, for a great cause, because one of the things that AWHPI is trying to do is in the next 5 years, we want to make sure that we build state-of-the-art healthcare facility, in at least 3 different African countries, starting from Nigeria. So they've tagged into that vision with us, and then just yesterday, I'm so proud to announce that we signed an MOU with the NFT wine collection. They're out of Napa Valley, California. They also they saw the work that we're doing, across the continent, and they want to be able to be of service and be of help to our projects. And so they came up with this specially crafted wine that is actually made with my royal emblem on it. So I don't think you've seen the
Well, can we take a look at that? Yes, I would love to look at that. Your royal emblem, she said,
Yes.
the key word.
Yes, with the royal emblem. So So, and they create a whole website for it. So it's called the NFT Royal Collection. And so this NFT Royal Collection, and you can see there's only 3,600 bottles
Okay.
made
Sister, we
ever.
gotta touch the bottle. We wanna tell you.
Custom, very custom, right? And you see over here it says founder, and this is the third bottle that's made out of the, this is the fourth. So the first 250 people that gets this, they'll become founders. And what is so great about this is that they have this whole event at the winery in Napa Valley, California, that you get to sit at the table, of course, with the royal princess. And what is so beautiful about this, Pop? Look at this. Look at the back.
Yes. It's King and Queen.
Yes. And it has my name on it. So this is actually my royal emblem on the wine. So on the 3,600 bottles, it's going to have the royal emblem on it. So you see, that's my name right there. With the,
You got to get one of those bottles to sit on the shelf.
Yeah.
I got to touch that bottle.
So this is historic. So even like this bottle right here, of course, it's called the NFT Royal Collections, and it has the emblem with it. And every proceeds from this wine bottle is actually going to help us in furthering to actually build that state-of-the-art medical facility that we're talking about.
And your name is on it. That's the best.
And after this year's show, I would like to take a picture with your bottle and you, with to show it off. They're like, that's priceless.
Yes. So that's one of the things we're doing. And when you look at even like the United Nations, how it's even set up, you have the governmental bodies, you have the civil society, then you have the private sector, and they know that in order for you to be able to have effective action results, you need to have collaborative. So there needs to be a link between all the three in order for us to be able to move this agenda forward.
Yes.
And that's the same process we take in the initiatives that we bring together at the African Women's Health Project International, whether to build hospitals, whether to build water wells, whether to provide electricity, in rural areas, or whether to actually provide mobile mammography for breast cancer screening, especially during the October months, that we actually go from villages to villages, in the rural area over there. So those are the things that we're moving forward and we're doing with the African Women's Health Project International. And with this being our 20th anniversary, I'm just so excited because all of this thing is happening, and then we're with you today. And so so I know that the vision that God has given, God is providing all the resources to bring together so that we can be able to move the vision forward into all the different corners all over the world.
Yes, all over the world. Yes.
And like you were saying, I was listening, the children are the future.
Absolutely.
And it's so, I brought the children here today. I had to let them meet you. For the simple fact, I had to call the parents and get the parents and please, beg, I want our children to have some, this is priceless for our children.
Yes.
And like you said, we're dealing with the woman of today. And our young women today need to know that they can talk to each other. They don't have to be aggravated with each other. Don't like you, because why I don't like you? You don't know me. Right. So how come you don't like me? Right. But then again, there's the aura. People, vibes. So we got to live about that too. Right. But then in order, like you said, the great one who created everybody, he wants us all to be happy.
Yes.
He wants us all to be free.
Yes.
And the children is the next generation. They're the ones who's going to make this here happen. They're the ones who's going to do what the Creator telling them to do. We, the oldest one in the crew, we have to walk with them.
Yes.
Let them know it's okay to do what you want to do.
Yes.
We have to have, like I have a platform. I allow the children to come here. Let them see behind the scenes about television. Let them get hands on to see these things. Yes. Because they don't know. All they know is about hearing. They watch television. I call it television. And what they see on there, a lot of them think that's what's supposed to happen. They already know there's a lot of negative. You go to bed, gun shooting, violence. They know this. But now, it's like they just wake up. That's what the world wants them to do. Wake up, boom. Wake up, boom. And the children have potential. These children have gifts. These children have talent. These children are the future of today. What we didn't do, we ain't supposed to did it. These children today, I mean, you got some entrepreneurs that's you got book writers.
Scientists,
You got people that make jewelry, children making jewelry.
Oh, yeah.
Their children
You
so
got
talented.
children out there reading harder, more books than
Entrepreneurs.
ever.
Yes.
Making their clothes and
You
stuff.
got children designing clothes.
Design. Oh,
You have children who like to dance to get the frustration off,
right.
because dancing is exercises to me. And with the dancing, it can accumulate the cells. And the cells just open up and get the joy.
Right.
Then you got the children. I watch these children, and you see them dancing on poles, like on a train. You see them, you ever rode the train in New York City and see the children dancing on the poles and never touch a person.
Wow.
They on the pole, up and down. It's a gift. And this is something that is new to us adults. But the children in that generation, that's what they do.
Yeah, I definitely kind of understand where she's coming from. Our generation and the ones even after us, we have this like fire and passion through the arts that's the way we speak. You know, we can have 1,000 conversations, but something is nothing more impactful than like a song, a movie, a dance, and you feel what that person is really trying to say from like their soul, their purpose. And a lot of the children that we are blessed to be around, they are talented, creative, intelligent, and we can clearly see their potential to become the next leaders and role models of this world. And we want to provide that resource and that platform and that bridge to
Support.
to make a difference and make a change.
Make it happen.
Support and location.
Yes.
Like I'm doing a
Big
fashion
rest.
show I'm putting together in June. And a lot of the children already doing walks for Fashion Week. And it's like I say again, the Creator, God, Jehovah, He's organizing this here. Me meeting you for the first time. He's organizing this here because fashion, a lot of children likes that. So my thing is, that's what you like? And children was asking me to do a fashion show, so what's what I'm putting together for the community. Whereas the family, the mother and the father have to participate.
Right.
They have to, in order for their child to walk down this aisle. I want to bring families back together.
That is so
And
beautiful.
what they're doing is fashion. The mother walk with the child. The father walk with the child. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
Because
And I remember, you know, when you talk about fashion, art, you know, art is life.
there you go.
And even I remember when I first arrived over here, I knew that because I wanted to introduce. Because when I came to America, the first thing that was in my mind was I want to introduce my Africa to my people here, because I wanted to tell them about the kings and the queens, and I had to look for ways. It's like, how can I achieve that? And then I know, okay, it's true fashion show.
There you go.
It's through creative writing, creative dancing, or what have you. So I came up with skits, you know, for the children to actually participate in. And I was doing a lot of programs, especially during the Black History Month. You know, we start from December during Kwanzaa. Then we go and we never stop. You know, up into Black History Month, and then right after Black History Month, then we have Women's History Month. So our information section still continues on, and then you are in April, and then before you know, you are in May, and you have Mother's Day. So it's like a all year long. teaching
Yes.
and putting into these children and letting them have their creative style just being
Yes.
explored, because because right after May, Mother's Day, then you have Juneteenth, then you have so there's a lot of ways to create history whereby we're not just really it's just limited to the to February alone. But if we like literally just have it in our mind to actually start it, and because we are black,
Yes.
365 days a year.
Amen.
Yeah, not just in Black History Month. So
Yes.
I love that. I love
you
what
said.
you're doing with the youth, and you're speaking to the choir.
I have to, because I remember I was once that age. You understand? And doing what they're doing, I have to learn to stay in my lane. But like I said, I have a platform. So my thing is offer it to these children in the community. And that's what I've been doing, offering it to the children in the communities. And they come. Some of them don't want to start coming. But we talk. And I take them out into the field, some people. I take them out into the field with me and let them see what's behind the scene, what to do.
Ms. Gaskin, she's being real modest too. She's the founder of Hearing the Children Foundation, which is under Connecting Creativity Inc. Nonprofit, and we have children here that's actually going to present you with a special gift.
Wow.
So we can bring some of the Hearing the Children Foundation children members out. We thank you for coming all the way down and for making this, and we would like to present you with the certificate of
recognition from It's About Time from
Connecting
I'm just so
Creativity Inc.
It's just
Hearing
so
the Children
that
Foundation and
it's
all the
a
other
blessing.
organizations
It's a
involved.
blessing to have a princess in front of my face that actually to touch you, to talk to you, and also to introduce my granddaughter to you and my grandson. This is part of history for them. Okay.
It's such a pleasure.
And then all the children that's part of us. And Miss Amarellis,
Very talented,
she wrote a
very
book.
gifted.
You have Miss
intelligent.
Zoe. She's my granddaughter's BFF. They get out of school at 2:15, but I asked the parent, can I bring them here to meet you? So I brought them here. Since 11 o'clock we was here waiting on the princess.
Oh, thank you so much.
And I would like you to
Pleasure.
read that.
Wow. This is a wonderful certificate of recognition, Princess Moradeun Ogunlana. Wonderful. It's awarded this certificate in recognition of It's About Time TV1 on this 21st day of March, the year 2024. Thank you so much.
And I have a young lady here. She's 10 years old. She's going to be the singer for you today. She's going to rap something very positive and you're going to love.
Okay.
And I have a young man. His name is Ezekiel. And he's 5 years old.
Wow.
And he came to visit you too.
It's a pleasure to meet all of you. Such a pleasure to meet all of you.
So do you have anything to give to her?
Yes.
What would you like to give to her?
Oh. Oh, wow.
A special
Yeah.
gift for you.
All these phrases. And I want you to pick whatever two you want from here.
Oh my God, this is beautiful. I love it. How do you know I like beads? How do you know I like beads?
Whatever 2 or 3 that you want.
And you know my colors right there. You can see I have a hint of the blues in there and all that stuff. You got the orange and you got yes.
Pick 2 more or 3 more.
Oh, this is so
Did she
beautiful.
like the color right here? And you got one more.
Pick 2 more.
2 more.
Oh my God, you're taking everything from
Take a whole
yourself.
arm.
She just makes them.
That's what our granddaughter
this
do.
one, this
one. She
She
makes
shares.
Oh.
This is our way of appreciating and recognizing.
So did you
what
make
do.
this?
Yeah.
Really?
She makes them.
Okay, we need to. We have a craft village. Like these are some of the things that even we can. This is fine. Thank you so much. I love you. Thank you so much. This is so wonderful. And you know one of this is beads.
Right.
I love it. Number one, And my daughter, my youngest one, she loves beads. So I know that when I get home,
You know that's not
this
yours.
is for my.
All right, you know that's not yours.
But I'll tell her we have to share it, because this has a sentimental.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
More for him.
Oh, what you give to your
So
daughter?
wonderful. Thank you so
Please
much. Yes.
Please
Okay, I'll
take.
take the one. Okay, take this one.
See, yeah,
Yes.
Yes, you know how these our children are.
that's
I
right.
know, right?
Now you said your daughter, that's
Yeah.
Yes.
up her alley.
Yeah.
Okay, so give me the pink.
You see,
Oh, this
you
one.
see how giving our granddaughter is?
I'm telling you, yeah. Oh my
Penny D's on the
God!
way
Thank you
home.
so much. This is wonderful, Sydney. This is wonderful. Thank you. So much.
And I would like Amaryllis, can you tell her about your book?
My name's Amaryllis Green. I'm turning 14, and I wrote a book of poetry called Poets for Children 2. I published it last year, but it had been in the works since I was 11.
Wow.
And I got it published into Barnes & Noble's online, the website.
Wow.
And
Wow.
And you got your
I'm
clothing
so proud.
design too, right?
Do you have the
she's a
copy?
You
designer
have
and
clothing
a model
design too, right?
as well.
I do. I have a clothing brand design. It's called Amaryllis' Motivational Closet. I get t-shirts and I spray paint motivational clauses on them, motivational symbols. And I go into shows. I am also a model. I've been modeling for almost 6 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a real pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Such a wonderful, amazing talent. Wow.
See, I'm saying, this is God.
Yes,
You
and
know-
the young lady here, can you please introduce yourself and tell her your story?
Yeah, your experience, yes.
I introduced my brother to the guns, so after he died, I wanted to take over his career that he could never get after he died. So
And tell her what you made a song for him.
I made a song for him and other people who lost their loved ones to the guns. I made a song called NAC, Not Another Child. My aunt Risa's organization.
She'll be performing that for you.
Wow.
Yeah, you see, I'll tell you, God is in charge. You know, ain't no devil gonna win nothing we doing. You know?
Yeah, and we're very inspired just for you coming here, and it shows that what we can achieve, and also our history and our heritage and culture, what we've already done for centuries. So we appreciate you for coming, and we
It's
appreciate
my pleasure.
Yes.
It's my pleasure to be here. This is amazing.
God
It's my
calling.
pleasure to be
God
here. I
calling.
clap for you
Give it
all.
up for yourselves.
God
Okay,
calling.
1 second, y'all. Not to clap because I was told.
And I really wow, like you walked in, you looked like you were glowing, and you look utterly glowing.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, you all wanted me to cry here.
But that's a
Out of
great
the mouth
joy.
of
But,
babes, yeah.
yeah, the children mean a princess mean the children. This is what they don't want us to do and to have. You know, slaves try to master, they try to separate us like this instead of like this. You know, and a lot of us going for it. You know, negativity and stupidity and craziness. Words matter.
Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in to It's About Time TV1. I'm Amaryllis, and today I'm introducing a 10-year-old music artist who's out here doing her thing and advocating for what is right. So let me introduce G Money.
NAC, not another child. GFC, God's favorite child. NAC, not another child. GFC, God's favorite child. Lost my brother to the gun, keep my head up to the sun. I'm far from the two, cause I know I'm the one. NAC, not another child. GFC, God's favorite child. You lost somebody to the gun, keep your head up to the sun. I'm far from the two, cause I know I'm the one. Hispanic, black, white, y'all killing each other, it's just not right. Put your fists in the air if you want peace. Put your fists in the another mother going through grief. I don't want another brother lost to the streets. You believe in God? Let me hear you preach. One day me and my brother gonna meet. NAC, not another child. GFC, God's favorite child. NAC, not another child. GFC, God's favorite child. Lost my brother to the gun. Keep my head up to the sun. I fall from the two cause I know I'm the one. NAC, not another child. GFC, God's favorite child. Y'all could go follow my Instagram at GG_Gmoney_.
I am Our Royal Highness Princess Dr. Moradeun Ogunlana, and you're watching It's About Time TV 1.
Didn't pack no bag, didn't get no coat. They just grabbed me and put me on a boat. Up the river to a land unknown. They kept me rowing all night long. Row, row, me back home. Row, row, me back home.
I would take it from my country and put it.
I have to get going, but I'll leave you guys to it, okay?
Wait. Before you go, can you please tell me what's wrong with her?
So honestly, she lost a lot of her memory due to the accident. She's got something called retrograde amnesia. Other than that, she's fine.
Okay.
Listen, before you leave, ask for me over at the reception desk, okay?
Okay, thank you. Hey, I'm Chris. I don't think we've ever met before. I hope you can follow. I live in your old apartment, and I accidentally opened up some mail that was delivered for you. I reached out to Lily, the property manager, and she was able to find your address. Don't you want to say something? You know, it wasn't easy to find you, but I'm happy I found you. You know, do you want to like at least look at the gift? Love is like a bunch of roses with thorns on it. Everybody likes it. You're one strong woman. You'll be all right. You know what I miss the most?
What?
Being Terry the lab rat to all your terrible YouTube recipes.
Oh, stop. I just wanted to try. Just be safe and be home for Christmas.
I will be. I'm sure it won't last long. And I'll return to thee in a blink of an eye. It's beautiful. Aye.
You're a terrible flirt, Sergeant Terrell Banks.
Welcome to lovely Brewington. Founded on making beer and nothing else, where opinions about bottles versus cans are hotly debated. But there's a problem here. Everyone wants a piece of the action.
The 3 distributors meet every Tuesday, which happens to be today. So I'm gonna go down there and talk up our brown bottle.
Coffee, you just can't go down there and barge in on our meeting. The Biscottis just want their fair share of brewing. That's all.
I was running booze when you two were in diapers.
Greetings, gentlemen.
This is a business meeting.
I'm here to talk business, sir.
What's your business?
Brown bottled ale.
Brown bottled ale is a thing of the past. Haven't you read the news? The son of Can is taking over.
Son of Can, sir, can I talk to you for a minute? Our stock is soaring, so the employees are absolutely ecstatic.
When things go to Wales' way, I'll be running the beer game and the hookers on the corner, just like Lucky Luciano did in New York.
It's bottle versus can. The beer game has its perks and its cost.
The government will seek in accordance with Title 18 United States Code, Section 1981, A1A 33. Mr. Green, do you understand what has just been read to you?
How did I go from a multi-million-dollar business and living in a safe suburban neighborhood with a beautiful girlfriend to hanging out with loser drug dealers in the back of an Italian restaurant, watching a guy get his face burned off alive? The fucking cartel, $18 million, and they took my brother for ransom.
18 million? This how you gonna fucking do it? You gonna kill me in a fucking warehouse? Just give me a chance to get you your money, man.
I think you don't understand what I say, Dante. I say you coming with me to Mexico and kill the rest.
So how's the family?
Good. And yours?
I don't know, motherfucker. I haven't seen my little brother in a while. You tell me. You'll find out.
Hey, I'm Solo Smith, hosted live from Next Sound Studio. See America's top indie music artists perform live and hear the stories behind the lyrics. Tune in Sundays at 5 p.m. Eastern Time on BronxNet, Optimum Channel 68, and Fios TV 2134, or download the BronxNet app and select BX Arts. I see you there.
My name is Amaryllis Green, and we are here to tell you about such a wonderful event that we are casting for. We're looking for artists. We're looking for designers, children, adult. It doesn't matter. We're looking for models. Children, adult, it does not matter. And we're also looking for vendors. That does not matter either.
We're looking for sponsors, vendors, models, entertainment. We want a nice fashion show. No one's hearing the children cry. The children are going to have their own fashion. We're bringing the children fashion out. From 9 years old, 8 years old. We got a 13-year-old here with her own T-shirt line. So we asking for support. We're asking for donations. We're asking for models. We're asking for anything that you can help within the community for the children of the community so they can get out there and put their brand out. You can reach us at 347-286-2331 or at It's About Time TV1. That's the number 1 at gmail.com, or you can add us at It's About Time TV1.
I am Our Royal Highness Princess Dr. Moradeun Ogunlana, and you're watching It's About Time TV1.
Didn't pack no bag, didn't get no coat. They just grabbed me and put me on a boat. Up the river to a land unknown. They kept me rowing all night long. Row, row, me back home. Row, row, me back home.
I was taken from my country and put into slavery.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.